When you think about traditional art, um, there's like this tactile romance to it.
Right, the drag of charcoal on rough paper.
Exactly. The way a canvas fights back just a little bit against your brush.
Yeah, it's a physical dialogue between the artist and the medium. There's friction.
But step into the digital art world, and, well, suddenly that friction is gone. You're usually just tapping plastic on smooth glass.
Yeah, which can feel pretty lifeless.
Right. So today's deep dive is focusing on something that claims to have finally fixed that. We're unpacking the Xencelabs Pen Display 16 EDU Essentials Kit.
The whole kit, yeah.
We want to see if its $749 price tag is justified and what to expect when ordering from a massive AV distributor like HDTV Supply. Basically, we're finding out if this display actually bridges the gap between digital and physical for you,
And that bridge really begins with the 16-inch 4K OLED screen.
which is gorgeous. But what immediately caught my eye is the edge-to-edge textured anti-glare glass.
Oh, the texture is key.
Because usually, drawing on a standard tablet feels like, I don't know, sliding on ice and
Right.
socks.
Yeah, you have almost no control.
Exactly. But this texture is specifically designed to mimic that satisfying physical resistance of premium sketchbook paper.
Right, and that surface texture is really just the top layer. The OLED panel beneath it pushes 1.07 billion colors.
Wow.
Yeah, and it covers 98% of the Adobe RGB color gamut.
Okay, those are massive numbers, but what does that actually mean for the person staring at the screen for 8 hours a day?
I mean, it's all about absolute predictability. When a digital creator designs something that will eventually be printed or manufactured,
Like a glossy magazine cover.
exactly, or a product prototype, they need to know the neon green on their screen won't print as a muddy olive.
Oh, that makes total sense.
Yeah, that 98% coverage ensures what you see perfectly matches the final physical output. It takes the expensive guesswork out of transitioning to physical production.
But interacting with all that color requires the right tools, and this kit includes 2 battery-free EMR pens,
Yep, a 3-button wide barrel and a 2-button thin barrel.
plus the standard and felt nibs. Honestly, though, for $749, why didn't they just engineer one perfect, highly customizable pen?
Having 2 separate styluses just feels like a recipe for me losing one under my keyboard.
I mean, fair point, but it really comes down to ergonomics and muscle memory.
How so?
Well, an artist doing broad, sweeping digital painting might want the physical anchor of a wider barrel,
Right.
while someone doing really fine, tedious photo retouching prefers the agility of the thin barrel.
Ah, okay. And they both use that EMR technology, right?
Yeah, so essentially the screen projects a tiny electromagnetic field that powers the pen wirelessly, which is why it never needs a battery.
That is so convenient. And they boast 800 and 192 levels of pressure sensitivity, along with 60 degrees of tilt.
Meaning the transition between a whisper-thin hairstroke and a thick, bold line is entirely seamless.
So you're swapping physical tools to match the mental mode you're in, rather than digging through digital menus.
Exactly. And that mental mode is precisely why they include virtual tablet mode.
Oh yeah, I wanted to bring that up. Instead of dragging a mouse off the edge of the screen, this lets you map the surface of the Xencelabs display to your other connected monitors.
Wait, so your pen basically acts like a giant high-precision trackpad?
Yes. You can navigate your entire multi-monitor setup without ever putting the stylus down. It's ultimate multitasking.
Okay, all of this precision, the color, the pen tilt, the texture, it comes at a steep price. $749 specifically,
It's definitely an investment.
which makes the actual purchasing experience from distributors like HDTV Supply just as critical as the tech specs.
Yep.
While looking through the source material, I found this highly specific 3-star customer review from March 2026.
Oh, I saw this one.
The buyer wrote, "When I called, the staff was less than friendly but answered my question."
It is a remarkably honest review for a storefront to proudly display.
Right. Like, you weren't nice to thee, but you were accurate. 5 stars for facts, 1 star for vibes.
Yeah, but that transaction reality is crucial context here. HDTV Supply facilitates a strict 30-day return policy for these products. If the item is defective out of the box, they cover the return shipping by emailing a label.
Okay, standard.
However, if you simply don't like the product, say, the textured glass just isn't for you. The return shipping cost falls entirely on your shoulders.
Oh, wow. So this isn't a casual purchase you just try out on a whim.
Not at all.
You really need to know this is the right tool for your workflow before you hit checkout, because changing your mind will literally cost you.
forces a very deliberate, informed purchase, balancing those incredibly premium creative specs against rigid buying conditions.
We started out talking about the romance of traditional art and the friction of a real canvas.
Yeah.
But if digital displays like this one can now perfectly mimic the physical texture, the friction, and the visual depth of real paper,
It really makes you wonder.
will the next generation of artists even draw a distinction between digital and traditional mediums? If the ice is no longer slippery, maybe the screen just becomes another type of paper for you to explore.